Hello again, everybody. Zach is here with the Atakline for this Wednesday, July 29th, 2015. I made an Atakline in a few days. I've been busy seeing concerts and doing gigs. So I'll tell you about what I did in the last week or so. Kick off with my 2 gigs that I had last week. Thursday was the final outdoor movie night of the summer at Booth Township Park. I did a movie night 2 weeks ago at the Frontier Town, which was fabulous. Great attendance there. And the last one at Booth Township Park's attendance has been up and down, but I thought it was good attendance for Booth Township Park. We had a little technical flaw. Apparently, some of the power wasn't working, so we had to use alternate outlets, and it was a bitch. But we made it through. As usual, I'm the second time. I made it through everything. So we had a decent gig on Thursday. Despite our technical flaws, we made it through, like I said. So after that outdoor movie night, we had a grad party. What is now the final grad party of the summer. Cole Robbins' grad party. I've known the Robbins family almost all my career. I've DJed for them about 8 or 9 years. Out of my 10 years of DJing, I've DJed for them the most. They were there from the beginning when I was starting out. Early in my career. And now, it was the first circle moments I DJed for Cole Robbins at the Creek Center in Almeda. He's a special needs kid. And it's always fun doing his parties, and this was no exception. We were a little bit anxious about this grad party because they have a beautiful backyard. They have a beautiful house, like a 3-acre backyard with horses and stuff. But they didn't want it to rain, which it did. It did rain on Saturday, so they made that good choice. It ended up being a really fun show. Cole likes to sing a lot, so he had the mic a lot, singing. There was a lot more dancing than we thought, because we thought we were more laid-back boys party. But it was still a fun event. Really more fun than we all thought it was going to be. Being it was going to be in a hard night at their beautiful backyard. And it was a hot day anyway. So it's good on all fronts. I was supposed to do 2 gigs this upcoming weekend. One is still on. Tyler the Man is ready. I've known Tyler since middle school, so I'm happy to DJ his wedding on Friday night at the Capitol Pickman Center, one of my more frequent venues. I was supposed to do a grad party on Saturday. What was supposed to be the final grad party of the year. Now Cole's is. Due to unfortunate circumstances, my grad party for Saturday has been canceled. All I gotta say is cancer. That's all I gotta say about the grad party on Saturday being called off. I don't want to delve any further. I don't want to say anything more to get me in trouble. So the other thing I did besides the 2 gigs this past week was seeing another concert. I'm going to concert like crazy. Even though it's a little stormy out right now, it's starting to rain a little bit, it should be good enough for me to go see the Australian Pink Floyd tribute tonight with Led Zeppelin 2. But I went to another concert a couple days ago where it was way more beautiful weather than this. Kind of Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett on the Cheek to Cheek tour at Meadowbrook. I've seen Gaga before 5 years ago on the Monster Ball tour when she was still relevant. And I knew she could sing live. And she could sing live. And she proved it again to me on Monday as well. It was a classy show. I thought they picked a really good venue in Meadowbrook. It was beautiful weather and beautiful night for some classy standards music. It was just a wonderful night of music. I have the DVD, Cheek to Cheek Live DVD that I play at my shows, and they sound wonderful on that, and they did wonderful as well in person. Bennett was the consummate gentleman, performing a little bit more solo songs than we would think. Especially when he did I Let My Heart in San Francisco. And all the other good standard classics. And Gaga got some good solos in too, besides the duets with Bennett, which were wonderful, like Cheek to Cheek, Anything Goes. Basically, most of the album, Cheek to Cheek. The Grammy-winning album, Cheek to Cheek. And the duet that started off of Bennett's duet album, The Lady's a Tramp, which was one of the last songs before It Don't Mean a Thing that it ain't got that, if it ain't got that swing. Good song to go out with, because you hear people say, do-ah, 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 as we're walking out of a beautiful, classy evening at Meadowbrook. And Gaga not only sounded good, she looked good. Her outfits, she had like multiple costume changes. Instead of ridiculous outfits like on her current tour, she's shown more restraint. when it comes to vocals and especially costumes. She looked awesome in costume. My favorite was probably the showgirl outfit, the red costume. That was awesome. She had a beautiful pink outfit too when she sung La Vie en Rose, which has been one of the recent highlights of the tour ever since she added that song to the lineup. And she did wonderful on that. And everything she did was great. And Bennett sounded great too. It was great. Beautiful night of music with Tony Bennett and GaGa. Hopefully I'll be still able to go to the Pink Floyd tribute, as I mentioned tonight. Stalling the wait a little bit, but it should. I've been checking the wait all day long, and it should be done before we leave. Or at least by the time Led Zeppelin 2, the opening band tribute, should hit the stage. My dad's a big fan of Zeppelin and Floyd, so he can't see the real thing. Time to see some tributes. I'm usually not a big fan of tributes, especially if it's involving anybody I love, like Michael Jackson. But these two tributes are legit. That's what I want in my tributes. Legit shit. And this is it. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. Now on to your number ones. Since I haven't done number ones, let's get down to your two number ones, starting with your number one movie. Well, despite some tough competition, Ant-Man reigns supreme again as the number one movie for the second week in a row with an okay 24.9 million, down from its 58% of 58 million from last week. Leading in number two is Adam Sandler's movie Pixels. I thought it'd be number one, but it's not, and it only lost to Ant-Man by 900,000. Interesting. Even though it's a success, it's a sign that Adam's career is going down even further. We all knew Adam Sandler's career is going down, and boy, is it going down faster than we thought. Minions reigns supreme at number 3. Trainwreck, after landing at number 3 last week, it's at number 4, beating Southpaw, which landed at number 5 with 16 mil. In the world of movies, in my opinion, shit beats art every day. Movies with no stories, just cheap sound effects and cheap CGI with no emotion, no passion beats true, really violent stories like Southpaw, which is an Oscar candidate, by the way. Paper Towns landed number 6 with 12 mil. So there goes those number ones there in the movie world. Let's get down to music number ones. Billboard number ones. Well, we have a new number one album on the Billboard Top 200. Future. Despite some negative publicity involving his LA shows getting shut down due to too many people showing up for a scheduled free show, having to move it 3 times before it got canceled all of the times, he tried to do those free shows, has landed at number 1 for the first time in his career with his second album. See how he does this upcoming week. Well, we have a new number 1 album. We have a still number 1 single on the Hot 100 third week in a row. Cheerleader reigns supreme by Army. So that's your Billboard number 1s for you. Of course, one of the biggest celebrity news over the last couple of days has been the sad death of Bobbi Christina Houston. Of course, we all knew she was in the hospital for several months after, unfortunately, maybe almost too early, ended up like a mother, passing out in a bathtub. She had been going around hospitals and going in and out of comas and going in and out of intensive care. And unfortunately, they unplugged her, apparently, on Sunday night, the 26th, that she passed away in the late hours of July 26th. According to a statement released by the Houston family that she's finally in peace in the arms of God, we want to thank everyone again for the tremendous support of love and support during these last few months. Of course, she had been in a medically induced coma after she was found unconscious in a bathtub, like I said, back in January in Georgia. Bobby Brown is very distraught. I'm hearing from a statement he released that he's totally numb about the death of his only daughter with Whitney. There have been various reports about abuse with her so-called non-husband, Nick Gordon. Not much has come out about like specifics yet about how she passed out that bathtub. That's still an ongoing investigation. But we heard now that she will be buried next to her mother, and her funeral service will be a private one this Saturday morning in Atlanta at the St. James United Methodist Church The burial will be in New Jersey next Monday. Of course, like I said, she'll be buried next to her mother. Both services will be private. Thoughts and prayers do go out to the Bobbi Brown family for sure. In this very unfortunate, sad time. Now on to some little positive news about a man who's trying to make a comeback. Like Whitney Houston, before her untimely death, a couple years ago, she tried to make a comeback. That did okay. We'll see how Justin Bieber's comeback goes. He's been trying to get back in the music biz following years and years of public scrutiny over several incidents. He's kind of on the way back with a very successful Comedy Central roast and a decent hit single with Skrillex and Diplo with the collaboration Jack U with Where Are You Now? Now he's releasing his own single solo-wise. He's been doing shows a lot, and now he's got a new song coming out on August 28th called, I'm trying to think the name of the song. What Do You Mean? He announced it on Ryan Seacrest's show this morning. He said that the song is fun and summery. Well, I hope it is, babe. I hope you're finally getting back to what you did before you became all gangster. Fun, popping music. I remember when he was like top of his game. Baby came out, and I like playing that one because it's dancey, poppy, dancey. But then he released Boyfriend, and as long as you know, he went more gangster on us, went hood on us. You know, I'm a gangster, and his songs became stupid, not dancey at all. Like when One Direction went rock, and their songs ain't dancey anymore. When they both went adult, the sounds changed, and the songs suffered because they weren't as bouncy as they were when they were poppy. Now Bieber, I think, realizes, I need to go poppy again. I was someone else who's gone gangster in her most recent records gets the hint that we want more poppy music, not gangster music. Rihanna. Anyway. So Bieber trying to make the comeback attempt with a new song, What Do You Mean, coming out next month. He'll be, of course, at the Billboard Hot 100 Festival next month as well. So he's got a busy month ahead of him with the festival appearance and a new single set to come out next month, which I hope is more fun than any of his recent singles. He's saying it is. We'll see if it holds truth, you know. The honors of TV news. Of course, we all know there's a lot of reboots in the works, including, of course, the highly anticipated Full House reboot, Fuller House, set to premiere sometime next year on Netflix. It's kind of interesting. John Stamos is on a show coming up on Fox this fall, Grandfathered, yet he's still going to be involved in the Full House reboot, Fuller House. Of course, most of the cast is signed on to make appearances on the show, including Bob Saget, Dave Coulier, among others. Of course, we all know the biggest holdouts have been and still are the Olsen Twins. About a few months ago, the executive producer of the show said the Olsen Twins will not be a part of the reunion. Or are they? According to a statement that released today yesterday by the chief content officer of Netflix, Ted Sarantos, saying that although it seemed like the decision that the Olsen Twins made to stay off of Fuller House may not be so final as we thought, that they might still have a little bit of hope left to still be a part of the series. As he said that the Olsen Twins are teetering on whether or not they'll be around or not for the Fuller House reboot. We've been able to reassemble all the rest of the cast. They are not in the creative, though. So that means even if they come back, they may not be written in soon, but they could be written in if they change their minds. So we shall see if the Olsen Twins may change their minds or not about their possible appearance on Fuller House. We shall see if they make the comeback. I say no. You know what I mean? They probably won't. You know, even though there's a little bit of hope, like, oh, they may change their minds. I don't think they will change their minds. If they do, it'll be great. If they don't, well, they moved on, dude. We all should move on from them being on the show. At least people get some nostalgia fix when the Fuller House series, with or without the Olsen Twins, premieres next year on Netflix. That is it for the Atakline for today. Thank you very much for watching. Standby, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. See you later. Yeah.